Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel, and we have got some exclusive Valorant gameplay here. This has just gone live. It is from the developers, so what I'm going to show you first is the full gameplay clip, and then we're going to break this down because there is a ton of stuff going on here. Loads of information, loads of good information, and this really gives us a good outline of just exactly what Valorant is. This is, of course, Riot's Project A, their tactical shooters. So let's play this.
Taking this seriously, even if they
can I get a gun?
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna get the orbit A again. I'll have my ult.
Y'all notice? It's real quiet in here. Quiet, like a library out here.
Oh gosh.
Should we do it? Should we go? I think Kuzi gassed himself out.
Sometimes it happens, you know?
Outside garage. That garage, yeah.
Ewan, will you have to cover my body if I use it up here? Oh, nice start.
embarrassing.
Drone. Nice kill in the door. You need help? Nah, I'm good.
That was really good. Close.
Alright.
Up sewer.
Sova in mid. Could help? No. I'm gonna lean A here. You think they're coming?
Blocking sight.
No.
Pick up B, pick up B. Res.
That's
Fine, it's fine.
long A.
Sewer, right? Pick up B. I can help you get out. Hey.
I'm out.
One mid? One still in grass. I'm just ulting your front of B.
Big frag,
I'm gonna
dude.
drone outside of A-line just to check.
Welcome
Wow,
to my world.
Let's see. I've got dags we can retake together.
I also have dart.
Oh, get me out of here!
Okay. For the other one. I'm gonna go this way with dags.
Let me go first with my dart.
So
There they are.
Garage fucking in the corners.
See one
Oh.
of them?
Well, close left.
Impact.
Alright, let's do this. One in the smoke cloud.
One enemy left.
Alright,
let's
let's
go.
go.
All together. All together. Let's go.
He was right here.
Player standing.
Oh, not like this.
You're actually
Nicely
what? The raid boss.
Oh my! No, not like this!
Not like this!
Okay. Get that bolt. Thank you.
Okay, guys, what we're going to do now is go back through this trailer, and we're going to, we're going to go straight back to the start, and we're going to break this down because there's loads of information here, just like tons and tons and tons of stuff. So I'm going to pause this at various points, and then what we're going to do is just highlight what's going on because there's a ton of stuff going on. So obviously the first thing we want to look at here is the buy screen. Now this is, this looks pretty ridiculous. So I think what we're going to do is break this. Well, let's just take a look at the whole UI first. So up the top of the screen, we've obviously got our team. We've got the enemy team here. I'm not too sure what this is. This might be a placeholder for a character icon. Or it might not, or it might be, I don't know. It might actually be a character, but I think that looks like placeholder material. Anyway, let's take a look at what we've got down here. Obviously, we've got the timer there, which is great. Then we've got weapons broken up into categories. So we've got your sidearm category, and then we've got your primary category. Now, on sidearm, there is classic, which appears to be like the basic pistol, USP, maybe style kind of weapon. I don't know, it's just like a basic pistol. But like, notice this, there is a sawn-off shotgun there, which I think is pretty interesting for a sidearm. Then we've got the Frenzy, which looks like an automatic pistol, which is pretty funky. We've got the Ghost, which I'm not entirely sure. That looks like a Luger, like a German World War II pistol. And this is the Sheriff, which is the most expensive. So let's just get rid of all of this. So you can see it's very simple. It goes down from like cheapest all the way down to most expensive. Now this, I'd imagine, is very much like the D-Eagle, potentially. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what that actually turns out to be like. Now let's take a look, I guess, at the primary weapons. So we've got a bunch of weapons here. Now obviously the first thing is we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 primary weapons with 1 2 3 4 5 sidearms for a total of 17 weapons at the moment that are currently in the game. Now remember, this is alpha footage. So SMGs, we've got the Stinger, we've got the Spectre, we've got the Bulldog for a rifle, which looks like a bullpup. And then we've got the Guardian, which, I don't know, maybe that's the AK. I'm not sure. We've got the Phantom. No, that's the Phantom, the AK, surely the Vandal. Vandal is at the bottom. We've got the Phantom. Again, these are going down going up in value as we go down the list. So you'd imagine these are slightly more powerful in terms of weapon damage. But again, if this is anything like CS:GO, the weapons are going to be situational anyway. You know, if you were going to rush the site, maybe we all grab Stingers, for example. Anyway, snipers, we've got the Marshal, we've got the Operator. This must be the AWP. I mean, look at that. It's 4,500 in-game credits, which is the most expensive weapon there is. But interestingly, we get 2 heavy weapons. We get the Ares, which is, of course, we think the game was actually called Project Ares, and then was shortened to Project A. And we get the Odin, which looks like an absolute beast because it's nearly twice as expensive, which is pretty ridiculous. Then we get shields. Now, this is interesting. So this is like body armor and like helmet armor. So what we've got is light shields, which is 400 that costs. And I presume this is... Well, it doesn't even look like we've got headshot armor. So it looks like potentially it's just full body armor all of the time. So light shields, then we get heavy shields, which are 50-50. So obviously heavy's always going to be better. Again, we can see the prices of that, which is cool. Now, on the right-hand side of the screen here, we've got one of the abilities selected. So this big window here is what corresponds to what's going on down here. So you buy the ability. Now, it says full points needed here. So you must need some sort of resource, which isn't the money to actually buy the abilities, which is pretty cool. So what this character has got, I think this character is... I think this is the UK character, and I think he's called Phoenix. Now, I kind of alluded a bit to this in the video I put out yesterday, where I was talking about he looks like he's got a fire icon on his shoulder. Well, it turns out that might be a Phoenix, and it turns out that this guy actually might be a like a fire-based hero, which it looks like he is based off these, abilities here. So Blaze, we will see this as the gameplay clip goes through. You guys have just seen it. It was kind of like a fiery wall. Curveball and Hot Hands. Now, Curveball, it says, equip a flare orb that takes a curving path and detonates shortly after throwing. Fire to curve the flare orb to the left, detonating and blinding any player who sees the orb. Alternate fire to curve the flare orb into to the right. So this is a curved flashbang. That's really weird. All right, the final bit of info we've got here is your team. So let's buy, I have credits, let's save. That's actually really nice because that's what happens in CSGO. When the round starts, it's either a buy round where you're just going to buy all the best weapons you can. It's a save round, so we just go out with the cheap pistols. Or I've got more credits, I can maybe give you credits in this game, or I can buy you a weapon to throw on the ground for you to pick up. But we can see we've got, these are names, I believe, of the players. So Pwiff, Xcal, NTT, and Riviera. But you can see the heroes that they're playing. I believe this guy is Brimstone. And the other characters I'm not too sure about. Well, that's Sage. These ones I'm not too sure about at the moment. But yeah, you can see what they're buying and you can see what armor they've got. And that's basically the buy menu, which I think is pretty simple to understand, pretty clear. Now, the one thing that's missing from this at the moment is numbers. If you play CSGO, you might use the numpad to buy all your items. That isn't actually, well, it doesn't look like it's available here. It might be. I don't know. Anyway, let's get stuck into this because this is so cool.
Even if they
Can I get a gun?
Okay, so while this is playing through... Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. So they just said, can I get a gun? And look at that. They hover over, buy it, because Phantom is requesting a gun. That is actually really cool. And this person here, we're seeing the viewpoint from, which I believe is the Phoenix character, is going to buy a Frenzy, which is the automatic pistol. And we can see actually the details of the Frenzy weapon there, which is really cool. So fully automatic, fire rate. This is like the CZ, then I guess, from CSGO. Fire rate, 10 rounds per second. Damage, 26 to body, 78 to head. Leg, 22. It always got different range damage. Okay, cool. So closer, it's going to do more damage. Magazine capacity 13, wall penetration low. All right, that's cool. That's really cool. So that confirmed what we were talking about. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so we can see the minimap top left.
I'll have my ult.
Pretty standard.
Y'all notice? It's real quiet in here. Quiet.
This is what I want to show
Like
off
a
here because this
library.
is so we're going to see an ability get used here. This is the thing I want to show you guys here. So at the bottom of the screen here, an ability gets used and it takes away this consumable. Now, this is the Q ability for whatever this character is. And I think this is the South Korean character. Anyway, this character then can fly, it looks like. Or gets a super jump rather than not fly. Remember, this is the character that can use the daggers when it pops its ultimate. So this is the other thing I want to talk about here. Look at this, right? And look at what's just happened. And look at the mini-map, right? There are 3 bomb sites. 3 bomb sites. Now, it's not a bomb, it's a spike, apparently. This is to get around well, you can't be counter-terrorists and terrorists and plant bombs and terrorists winning because that's not going to float with any kind of sponsorship. Anyway, what we've got here is 3 bomb sites, which is cool. We can see the players have split out. So we've got 1 in the middle. We've got 2 sort of here. Then we've got 2 here at this choke. But the cool thing is they start in the spawn, which is here, and they move to a defensive position. And there are these barriers, which we're waiting for the cooldown timer to go. And then the barriers disappear. The game begins. This means the game starts instantly. This is like, you think of Overwatch, right? At the start of the game, you're sitting in the spawn. It's all great. You're all chilling. It's fine. It's beautiful. But you're just waiting for a minute. Then you have to walk to where the enemy team is set up to defend or wherever. Then you start the fight. This, it's like you just start straight away. You could stand in the middle there and I guess just instantly die if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, the other thing we can see here as well is towards the bottom of the screen, we've got obviously 4 abilities here on this hero. This is the ultimate ability. We've got the dash movement ability. We've got the jump up movement ability. And then we've got this, which I think is like a smoke style ability for this hero. All right, let's go.
Should we do it?
So the game's about to start. We've got 9 seconds. You can see everyone's getting into position. They're running faster with the knife out as well, it looks like. Okay, cool. That looks like the AWP variant. Okay, now you see the game has just started. Like, it is literally just started there. And these guys move straight out of the force fielded area and they go forward. And the first thing we see here is this guy using an ability. Now, I think that was his...
That's that grab.
I don't know what that was. It said hold F to use the... But that... Oh, I think the orbs activate your abilities. That's what's going on. So here, that's his firewall, it would look like, because it looks like it's made of fire. It does say as well in the middle of the screen that run it back, the ultimate is now available. So this is obviously a later round, as I think we can see here by the fact these guys have got 6 and these guys have got 10. So yeah, we know this is a later round. It's not like the first round.
The garage, yeah.
You can see voice comms in the bottom left as well.
Cover my body if I use it up here?
Okay, right. So something has gone on here where we've got a detection ability has been used because these guys have been detected through the smoke. I think one of the heroes has got a Hanzo style sonic arrow. We'll see that in a second. So these guys are getting killed through the smoke.
Nice kill in the door. Need help?
You can see weapons spread as well from the shots in the middle. If you guys obviously pay attention to what's going on here, you will see spread as the weapons, as he's firing this first fire.
That was really good.
Okay, so he's backing off. Okay, now he comes across another guy, and this will highlight the time to kill in this game. Now, this person, I don't know if he's got armor. I'm not sure if he has. I don't know. He might. I think he has. He's got 41, I think. I think that's what that means there, 41 and 96. But look at this. Look how fast he dies. He's dead. He's gone. But the cool thing is you get an after-kill combat report, which shows you exactly what has killed you. So you can see that outgoing damage, 24. That was from the previous fight, I believe. And this is what killed him. Which obviously has done a ton of damage to him. It shows you where he's been hit. Been hit in the chest or in the legs. He's been hit in the chest 5 times. Oh, sorry, this killed him, sorry. Been hit in the chest 7 times. Oh, that's what he's done. I apologize. Bit of a confusion there. There we go. So this is the damage that he's done. Going out, obviously, a lot of body shot in. But he's died instantly here to the... I forgot the name of this character. Of that character. Anyway, he's died to Sage. There we go. He's died to Sage. She's been shot in the chest by what looks like the MP5 variant. 175 damage, and he's gone. And it says you can obviously use some of the buttons to toggle what's going on. And we can see your weapon selection in the bottom of the screen there. Anyway, but he's dead. So this guy's out of the game. He does seem to use an ability, though, as he dies, which is this... Looks like his smoke firewall, which maybe does damage as people move through. So this is from the perspective now of the person that just killed him. They're moving on to the point.
I'm going to lean A here. You think they're...
Now, obviously, things to notice here. The minimap is absolutely massive on the screen. All of this is alpha footage, so this is obviously going to change, I'd imagine, because that looks like ridiculously big on the screen. All right, so we can see the trace line there of one of the abilities that's been thrown in there. It looks like, actually, now we've gone back to this character. Look, maybe you can only use your abilities this number of times in a round. Although, if this is the ultimate ability, I think... The ultimate abilities are not usable all of the time. Like, you don't get them every round. You only get them a few times a match. So what we see here is this has been used, which is this sort of smoke screen, like spherical smoke screen ability.
That's long A.
All right, and we can see there's a wall from Sage, the physical barrier block wall. And that there is a Hanzo bow firing a sonic arrow into the point. Nice bit of reaction time there. Gets a kill, which is awesome. Now, I think this player now has used their ultimate ability. And what's going on here is you can see that this has got a number of different fire modes. So the first fire mode is you will fire one of these daggers forward. The next fire mode, you fire like a spread. So it's like Genji, basically. You throw one shuriken or you throw three. But you've only got a certain number of ammo. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots with this. But this doesn't have recoil. So you can use this, though, in conjunction with the other abilities. So you can see how this character has got a lot of movement abilities, and they work quite well with its ultimate ability. A very sort of straight-up character out there to do damage.
I'm out.
You can see they're kind of jumping over the box, trying to see what's going on.
I'm just ulting your front of
Backing off a bit, backing
I'm
off.
gonna.
Okay, this character, yeah, this is sort of the intelligence-gathering character, I presume. Now, this character has got an ability called Drone, which we're about to see it use, but it has used its Sonic Arrow, this thing, a number of times. Now, whether that's the ultimate ability or not, I don't know, but it's used, I think all of it can use this round, potentially, so we're going to have to wait and see. So, yeah, here we go. Drone gets used, getting visions of crypto. And then we get this, Welcome to My World, which I think this is Viper's ultimate, because it's a massive gas cloud, which seems to damage everyone. And there's also a decay icon in the bottom of the screen here. I'm not too sure what that is, but notice the health, right? It's going to go down for this hero. Yeah, they're dropping down quite quick.
Oh,
they're taking a ton of damage. I think they got hit with a grenade or something else.
I'm gonna go this way.
Interestingly, though, they came out of the smoke and they started regenerating. So maybe you only take damage in the smoke when she uses her ability there, which is interesting.
With dags.
Let me go first with my dart.
Okay, so you just heard that player say, let me go first with my dart, and this is towards bomb site C. Yeah, this ability is Hanzo.
There
Okay,
they
there's no
are.
one in there. Well, they think there's no one in there. Okay, one character jumps over the top. This guy throws down like a combat. He's got combat stim active. He's instantly dead though, and it looked like he threw down. Let's just go back a second. It looked like he threw down some sort of healing pad. Oh, look at that! Did you notice that?
Oh, get me out of here!
Okay. On the arrow, it looks like you can bounce it off the wall.
Let me go first with my dart.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at this. That there. That looks like this. It looks like there's an icon like that, and it's showing the arrow bouncing off a wall. So potentially this thing, you can bounce it off walls. That's actually really cool. Or just fire it in standard. That's cool. I don't know what that guy was doing there next to him. It's like he's on some sort of data pad. All right, so he's going to throw this down, which I think gives him combat stim, but we don't get to see what happens because he instantly dies. And we can see the combat report pop up there. He's just been absolutely obliterated, this guy. It's all over for him.
One enemy left.
Alright, let's go.
All right, and also the spike is down. We can see this by this indicates that in the middle of the screen, this massive red thing that's going on. Like,
All together. He was right here.
Shotguns seem quite good. Although that was like a ton of damage. It looks like from the combat report. Madness.
Oh, not like this.
Did you notice that? Oh, did you notice that?
Enemy
You don't actually die in this smoke.
Alright, let's go. All together.
In that, whatever that ability is, it doesn't actually kill you. It
Player
just reduces
dead.
your HP to 1.
Oh,
Look at the HP in the bottom. Look at the HP go down. Obviously, they're standing right on top of the bot, but look at the HP going down there.
like this.
Maybe it's because he's got combat stim active. Maybe that keeps him alive. I don't know. Yeah, it gets to 1 HP. Gets the kill. And then he gets him for the bomb defusal using some sort of scanner. Now, that isn't a bomb. No, it's not a bomb, guys. It's a spike. And he's de-spiking it.
Okay.
All right, guys. And then you get the
that
victory.
ball? Thank you.
And then you see the weapon at the end of the round. And then we get the logo. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is a look at Valorant. We'll just go back sort of through this as we wrap the video up. I think this looks really interesting. This clearly looks like it is CSGO more than Overwatch, but it does have a ton of abilities on these heroes. I mean, look at these. Like, I thought you'd maybe get 1 ability or 2 abilities. You've got like 4 abilities with your weapons. This is crazy. And the fact the game starts off instantly, I think it's going to mean we're going to get tons of action really fast. So you're not going to have to wait around for rounds to start. You won't have like prolonged setup phases and all of that. This is going to be super cool, guys. Alright guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I've been Stylosa. This has been our first look at Valorant, which is Riot's new FPS game. Tactical shooter, as they're referring to it. I think it looks really cool. I think it looks really, really good. Alright guys, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Remember, you can follow me on everything, which is at Stylosa. And yeah, catch you on the next video, guys. Toodaloo.
Close left.
Impact.
Alright, let's